What's going on, everyone? My name's Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, the brand new Pokemon game, the Diamond Pro remakes that everyone's been wanting. And today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Hardcore Nuzlocke with only Ash's Pokemon? Now, we've done this similar challenge in the past, but we're going to do it on newer games. We have to do a Nuzlocke with Ash's team and his Pokemon he has in his background, with a hardcore rule set as well. Let's run it down pretty quick. A Nuzlocke is, you can only catch the first encounter in each route. First Pokemon that Ash has owned in the past. If you ever faint, your Pokemon is dead. So there is a death counter on the bottom left of the screen, as you can see. And each of my Pokemon must be nicknamed. All my nicknames are picked out in the comments down below. So here are the nicknames I picked out. We also have to implement a hardcore rule set on it, so there are no items inside the battle. You must play on set mode, which you cannot switch out after defeating a Pokemon, and there is no overleveling at all. So there is a level counter over there. The level cap for this game, will not lie, is a bit annoying, and I'll get to that point eventually, but those are the rule sets. Let's get into the challenge video right now. Now, to begin off, Ash actually owns multiple Sinnoh starters that are fully evolved. Unfortunately, the good one is not available to us, and Polion would have been so nice to have because it would probably carry us through the entire game. Because I think most speedruns use Empoleon. Unfortunately, Ash has Infernape and Torterra. Now, I actually want to choose a Torterra for this one because I think there are certain scenarios where I'd rather have Torterra because I'll bring them up. But I think the grass type is better for now. We're going to choose Turtwig as our starter, and the graphics in this game is not that bad. I actually really like it. People don't really like the chibi animations for it. I'm okay with it. It's grown on me for the past 15 hours that I've been playing this game. And as well, the battle animations look fine. Once we get Pokeballs and finish with the tutorial, we're going to be able to catch our first Pokemon. In the anime, Ash actually owns a Staraptor, so we're going to catch ourselves a Starly for our first ever Pokemon in the Diamond Pro remix. If you also have bdsp, let me know in the comments so we could do some trades, and you guys could help me fill up the Pokedex. So let me know what you guys think of the game so far. In my opinion, I'll do a little review of it eventually. I have a lot of things to talk about this game. It's honestly not that bad, but I wouldn't say it's up there with the greatest remakes. There are some critiques I have of the game. Some of it, it's not its fault. It's kind of my legitimate Nintendo Switch's fault. You get to that. I'll get to that point as well. Now, you might be wondering why I'm playing without battle animations. Is because my legitimate Nintendo Switch sometimes kind of mess up with the battle animations. Gotta avoid that for a little bit just in case it crashes my legitimate Nintendo Switch that I'm playing this game on. As you can see, when I enter battle, sometimes my Nintendo Switch messes up. So anyways, let's move on from that. We're gonna head into the first gym fight of the game. We're gonna face off against Roark. Roark is gonna be the rock type gym leader of the game. And we're going to start with the battle using our Turtwig against him, because obviously we're not going to use our Starly against him. One thing I'll give credit to the game is the battle scenes look amazing. Look at the background of Roark's battle. It actually feels really cool. Unfortunately, we are like right next to the Pokemon. It does not look too threatening. I guess we can't really change that. Able to Razor Leaf down the Geodude and knock him out. And then the Onix comes out next. It takes 2 Razor Leaves to knock him out. We take a Rock Throw, but the next Razor Leaf is able to knock him out. And then his final Pokemon, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn on the battle animations for this gym fight, but I'll turn it on eventually. And then his Cranidos comes out next. I'm able to 2-shot his Cranidos and knock him out. It's pretty easy out here. We beat Roark and we get the first gym badge in BDSP. And now it's time to head into the Valley Windworks. Now, once we're in the Valley Windworks, we're able to catch ourselves a Buizel in our first encounter of this game. Buizel is part of Ash's team. He owned it at one point. He caught it. Something happened with it. He had it at one point. I remember watching him. Anyways, we have a Buizel on our team. That's pretty nice. As we move forwards through Eterna Forest into Eterna City into the Eterna Gym. This gym is completely remake and it actually looks really, really nice. I'm actually a big fan of this gym. I gotta leave the review out of here. The review is coming soon. This is not the time for the review. Anyways, we're cleared through the gym and then we're gonna face off against Gardenia next. Now again, we have a Staravia. Of course, it's not gonna be too hard because Staravia is the GOAT. Staravia is able to wing attack, knock out a Cherubi in one shot. And then the Turtwig comes out next. I'm able to 2-shot it. Unfortunately, it reflects up, but it's fine. I waste a bunch of turns using wing attack and then eventually we'll knock out the Turtwig. Next up, our final Pokemon will be her ace, which is going to be Roserade. This thing gets body. It does not do too much against me, and I'm able to 2-shot it and knock him out. Roserade goes down, and we get our second gym badge of the game. very easily. From there, we're going to face off against Jupiter, and we're just going to double team up and beat her down using wing attack. Nothing too special over here. And then we are going to be sent into the underground. Now, the underground is actually one of my favorite parts of the remake. I'm a big fan of the new wild area. Essentially, you can find Pokemon roaming around and you can encounter them. Unfortunately, we were going to plan to get Gligar, but Gligar is a post-game encounter only. So we can't make a Gligar on the team, which is upsetting. I really like the underground though. I explored it for at least like 20-30 minutes. And then after those 20-30 minutes, I got afraid because I did not know how to go up. I don't know what button to press to go up because I spammed through the text and I'm just kind of running around. I'm trying to see if there's like a base I could go up. Eventually I found out it's just the button Y to go up. So yeah, not the smartest man alive, but it does work out. Back in the day, this used to be the hardest trainer because of his Bronzor and his Shieldon. My Grotto always struggled against this trainer and is very annoying, but eventually we're able to knock him out and then we can move on into Veilstone City. Now in Veilstone City, we're going to face off against the fighting gym leader of the game. We're going to get some nice XP. The problem is we can't get over level because this gym, the 3rd gym and the 4th gym have the same level cap of 30 for some reason. Unfortunately, I have to basically just give up one of my Pokemon for this gym. Luckily, is my flying type. We're most likely gonna level up to level 31 from this gym, and we're not able to use my star area after this gym until we beat the next gym. So that's kind of how it goes. We're gonna face off against Maylene next. Maylene is going to be the 3rd gym leader of the game. I wish they kind of just went through the platinum route and choose Fantina as the 3rd gym and then Maylene the 4th gym, but that's just my critique on it. Anyways, we're going to face off against Maylene first. Now, I do have to move Roost on my star area, so I'm going to double team in front of her. She's going to flash me, that's fine. I have Aerial Ace, which is a guaranteed hit at all times. I'm getting my evasion up and then Roost off the damage if she ever hits me. And I'm able to Aerial Ace and knock her out eventually after getting my +6 on evasion. Knock out the Monotype and then the Machoke comes out. Luckily, it does not have Vital Throw, so I'm able to Aerial Ace and knock it out in 2 shots. Well, it's going to heal up. It's fine actually that it heals up because it's going to waste a potion for us. And we're able to Aerial Ace and knock out the Machoke. And then the Lucario comes out and we just have to pray it does not hit us with a Drain Punch at any time. And luckily it does miss all its moves and doesn't have any like guaranteed hits like Aura Sphere or anything. So we're able to eventually knock him out with Aerial Ace and down goes Maylene. So we get the 3rd gym badge of the game pretty nicely. Unfortunately, our star area is out of commission now because it's level 31. So we got to go out and find a new way to get through the next gym. We're going to go into the Pokemon Mansion, face off against these 2 trainers. There's no significance for it, I just needed the money. I am very poor in this game. And we're going to head into the Trophy Garden after beating those trainers, and we're going to catch ourselves a Pikachu. Obviously Pikachu is the mascot of the Pokemon anime, so I mean, I don't think I need any clarification for that. Ash owns one. We're going to put that on the team and it's not going to last too long, but we'll get there eventually. Next up, we're going to head into the honey trees over here and I'm going to slather honey on all of these trees. Now on my legitimate Nintendo Switch, of course, I could wait out the time, quote unquote, and we're able to encounter these honey tree Pokemon. Now unfortunately, even though we're able to encounter them, they're not going to give us anything. So as you can see, there is no encounters that I could get at all. I was looking for an Apom, did not even get an Apom. Looking for a Heracross, didn't even get a Heracross. I was really holding out for a Munchlax. I knew I was not getting a Munchlax anytime soon. So those encounters are a bust, so I gotta go out into the Great Marsh. Now the Great Marsh seems pretty useless, but there is an encounter for us. We're looking for Hoot Hoots. Unfortunately, our first encounter is a Noctowl, which is harder to catch. And unfortunately, even though it stayed for me for like 6 or 7 balls, it decided to run away anyways. There goes 2 encounters that I could have done, Honey Trees and Noctowl. And unfortunately, I didn't get either one of them. So I'm stuck with a Pikachu, a Buizel, and Grotto for the next gym. And we're going to head into the next gym and do just that. We do have a plan though, because Grotto has Curse, we're going to rely on that. We're going to start the battle against Crasher Wake, the 4th gym leader of the game, with our Buizel. Now Buizel is here to use Rock Tomb to lower the speed of Gyarados. I really should just use Water Pulse or something because it didn't end up doing any sort of damage at all and I wasted a Citrus Berry. So I decided to switch out into my Pikachu. Luckily I got a static on it, so it actually worked out for me. I sacrificed my Pikachu for no reason. I thought, I don't know what I was thinking, but Grotto was the main card in this entire time. What I need to do is curse up one time. Luckily, this Gyarados does get paralyzed in paralysis, and I'm able to Razor Leaf him down, eventually knock him out. But I do have a Citrus Berry on just in case anything happens, and I'm able to Razor Leaf and knock out the Gyarados. Then the Quagsire comes out next. With only one curse up, I'm able to outspeed the Quagsire, and I'm able to knock him out in one shot. Next up, he's going to send out his Floatzel, and Floatzel does have an Ice move, I think. But luckily, I have a curse up, so I can survive any physical attack at all. And it didn't do any damage at all, so I would have survived regardless of anything that happened. I also used my Citrus Berry, Razor Leaf with one shot, the Floatzel, and there goes Crasher Wake. So we're able to knock out Crasher Wake, and we get our 4th gym badge of the game pretty easily. Now finally, the level cap has increased to level 36, so we're able to evolve our Staravia. We're not evolving our Buizel. We're not evolving our Buizel at any time because Ash decided never to evolve his Buizel. But we also get a death on the death counter. But we're able to evolve our Staravia into a Staraptor. Oh, okay. I could show this evolution. Most of my time, the legitimate Nintendo Switch doesn't actually load the evolution scene. But, you know, it worked out. Next up, we're going to beat down the Plasma Grunt in Celestic Town. There is no significance to this town at all. We're here for like a good 2 minutes, and we never come back for any reasons. We get Surf from here, and that's about it. Next up, we're going to face off against Fantina. Fantina is going to be the ghost type gym leader of the game. Now, we're going to face off against Fantina in her gym. We're going to start the battle with Buizel first, though. Buizel is going to lower the speed of Drifloon because, I mean, I'll be honest, Buizel has no purpose, so I might be just trying to sack it. It does not work, though. Most of the time, Buizel just stays with us, stays alive. It's going to end up Rock Tombing down the Drifloon, which is fine. And the Drifloon always want to fly, so I'm going to switch out into my Staraptor to fly on my own. Now I decided to replace Roost with Fly because Fly is a 90 power, basically a 100 power move with my same type attack bonus. So essentially this is a really powerful move if you think about it. And I could also dodge a lot of attacks with it, so I'm keeping Fly on my moveset for a long time. So Fly is going to knock out the Drifloon in one shot. And then Fantina's going to send out a Gengar next. Gengar and my Staraptor is going to speed tie. So I'm going to fly in front of him, and then he's going to try to use Sludge Bomb. He's going to outspeed me, try to use Confuse Ray. I dodge it, fly him, hit him in his face, and then knock him out in one shot with a crit. So Staraptor is going a little crazy over there. Next up, she's going to switch out to her Miss Magius. I am scared because this thing does outspeed me. It's going to Confuse Ray me. I'm able to Air Release, do about half to him, and all I need to do is break out this confusion. If I don't, I do have Torterra in the back with Leech Seed, so I should be fine with all this. I'm able to survive a Dazzling Gleam with my Oranberry that recovers 10 HP. And I'm able to knock him out using Air Release, and we beat Fantina for the 6th gym badge. Buizel is going to try to evolve again. That's not happening. And then next up, we're going to phase out against Barry in the infamous bridge fight. This looks awful. It's not as cool as what I thought. There's no bridge in the background. We're going to beat him down easily. That's about it. Buizel wants to evolve again. No. Buizel's not evolving. Next up, we're going to head into the Iron Islands outside of Candice City. We're going to go with Riley, and we're not going to rely on Riley from the previous challenge video we just did on Platinum. That we're not going to do this double battle fight. We're going to take this battle one at a time, beat down the trainers individually, and have Riley heal us up after each battle. And then face off against the team Galactic runs, beat them down, and then get the Riolu egg from Riley. We're going to go back into the Pokemon, the Haunted House in Eterna Forest. We didn't get an encounter in here ever, and we kind of forgot about it, but Ash does own a Gengar, so we're able to catch ourselves a Ghastly. So put a Ghastly on our team for free. I mean, it'll be useful down the line, but I'm trying to find a Soothe-Bell. Eventually, I'll find a Soothe-Bell and then hatch the egg into a Riolu. And then just pump it up with steroids. The steroids with a Soothe-Bell will boost his happiness quite quickly. So it will evolve at like level 20, I think. So I should be fine with that. Next up, we're going to head into the 6th gym leader of the game. We're going to face up against Byron. Now, I had no preparations for Byron at all. My Staraptor is obviously over level, but luckily, my Torterra is in level. So we're able to face off against Byron. He's going to start the battle using his Bronzor. I always thought he had a Magneton. He doesn't. It's only in Platinum, but he's going to start with a Bronzor. I'm going to Leech Seed him down and then just Razor Leaf him down. And then I'm going to Razor Leaf him down. I basically just outstall him. And once I beat the Bronzor, he's going to send out his Steelix. Now, I was afraid of the Steelix because I was afraid he has Ice Fang or Fire Fang, something like that. Unfortunately for him, he does not. He just have Earthquake, so I should be fine with that. 2 Earthquakes from me will knock out the Steelix, even though I'm confused. I'm able to knock out this Delix, and then he's gonna send out his Bastiodon. I was scared Bastiodon is gonna Metal Burst me or something cool. It does not do that at all. He's gonna send out his Bastiodon. I'm gonna Leech Seed him, and then he's gonna hit me with like a 20 damage Flash Cannon. So I'm able to Earthquake, one-shot the Bastiodon, and we beat Byron. Now this continues as I move forwards into Wayward Cave. Finally have access into Wayward Cave. We get the TM for Earthquake, and we also catch our last Ash Pokemon. I think this is the last Pokemon we can encounter of Ash's team. We're able to catch ourselves a Gible. Now this Gible does not evolve at all, so we are stuck with a Buizel. Once our Ghastly evolves into a Hunter, we can't evolve it anymore. And as well, this Gible is stuck as a Gible because he never evolved it into a Gabite or a Garchomp. So 2 unevolved Pokemon, 3 unevolved Pokemon, 2 baby Pokemon, and everything else is fully evolved. So that is our team for the rest of the game. Now it's more annoying because Gible and Buizel wants to evolve like every single battle because they level up pretty quickly. Now as we beat down Saturn and Mars, they do want to evolve a lot. After that, we're going to head into Mount Coronet. Once we're in Mount Coronet, we're able to get a lot of items for us. Train up our Lucario, because Lucario is going to be imperative to fight against Candice. Because obviously, our Staraptor is already over level, and we can't do anything with him. There's one thing I have a problem with, because I can't turn off the XP share, so all my Pokemon are going to be over level like crazy. That should be fixed in the future. Maybe there should be an update for it. I don't know. Something needs to be done with that. Because some Pokemon, I don't want to gain levels on it. I understand I could put them in the PC, but maybe an option to turn off the XP share at some point might be useful, like you always had in the past. But anyways, we're going to head into Snowpoint City's gym. We're going to head into the fight against Candice after we figure out this puzzle. I kind of get stuck, it happens to the best of us. I get stuck in this puzzle. It's fine. We're going to face off against Candice. We're going to start the battle against Candice using our Lucario. Lucario is getting Power Up Punch to Snover in the face. Now, it boosts our attack, which is nice. Now, it's in red HP, so I assume it's going to heal up. So I'm going to use Substitute in front of it. And then I'm going to Power Punch once again to knock him out, get another attack boost. And I could Drain Punch anything in. I decided to Power Punch once more against the Sneasel. +3, because I know her Pokemon in the back is a Medicham. Medicham is going to be dangerously powerful. So I decided to Earthquake him. He used Bulk Up, so he's going to survive my Earthquake, which is fine. Because my substitute is still up, I'm able to Drain Punch, get my HP back a little bit, and then I can Earthquake once again. He's going to break my substitute, but that should be fine as I break down Medicham, and her final Pokemon will be an Abomasnow. That thing's not going to outspeed me, and I also have +3 on my attack stat, so Drain Punch will one-shot the Abomasnow, and we beat the 7th gym leader of the game, Candice. I thought this was going to be a little more challenging there, because Medicham is kind of scary. From there, we're going to face off against the Team Galactic leader, which is Cyrus. Just body him with my Staraptor. Staraptor is MVP. It carries me through all the battles up into the gym fight, which he's over level 4, but it's kind of funny like that. We're also going to learn Swords Dance on our Lucario, which is very nice once we beat Saturn. And then we're going to head into the Spear Pillar. This Spear Pillar might be the coolest cutscene. Yeah, I understand his head is too big for his body. That might be a criticism, but whatever. This is such a cool cutscene. Just disregard the whole big-headed people. This is a cool cutscene right here. Dialga just pops up, and now we gotta face off against Mars and Jupiter. All we gotta do is Leech Seed the Bronzors, and then it'll just get drained down. We stay at full HP, and once the Pearly comes out next, I'm ready to Leech Seed that. Unfortunately, I knock out Barry's Munchlax with my Earthquake, and that's the only Pokemon I hit with the Earthquake, which is ironic. But eventually we get to the end and we don't lose a single Pokemon. We're able to knock out every single Pokemon of the opposing team. And then we're going to face off against Cyrus right where we picked off. So we have to start the battle using our Torterra against him, which is kind of sucks. He's going to start the battle using his Honchkrow. Luckily the Honchkrow doesn't have any physical attacks. He used Air Cutter against me, so that should be fine. I'm able to knock him out without taking too much damage. I should have put Roost on him, but I didn't know which move to get rid of. Double Team, Close Combat, they're all good moves. And then he's going to set out his Gyarados. I'm going to bait him in using my Buizel, lower his speed, survive, barely survive an Earthquake, and then switch out into my Torterra. And I'm able to Razor Leaf, get him down to low HP. I outspeed him, and he's going to put me into Overgrowth range, so I can guarantee knock out his Gyarados. Gyarados goes down, but unfortunately his Crobat comes on next. I have no safe switching, so I have to sack my Gible. Unfortunately, it's kind of the same thing because I don't really mind Gible doing this. Gible didn't have too much impact in our run anyways, so I decided to send out my Lucario after that, knock out his Weavile. I almost lose my Lucario against the Crobat, which is unfortunate. Luckily, I realized that he has Infiltrator, so I can switch out into my Staraptor. Staraptor will 1v1 the Crobat, and luckily beat Cyrus down. Now, as you can see, my Staraptor has gained so many levels that it is over level from the 8th gym. We'll get to that in a second. Firstly, we're going to catch Dialga, because I haven't caught Dialga in such a long. It's so cool. Dialga looks so cool. It looks kind of tiny though. It looks the same size as my Torterra, which is not too threatening, but it's cool. Dialga's cool. The background's cool. This fight is amazing. But anyways, we're going to head into Sunny Shore City's gym next, the 8th gym of the game. Unfortunately, our Staraptor is over level, so we can't use him. Our Torterra accidentally got too much XP, and we're not able to use Torterra at all as well. So I'm like, well, how is this my fault at all? So I can't use Torterra. I'm going to be stuck with using my Lucario only. We're going to face off against Volkner, the 8th gym leader in the game. We're going to start the battle against him using our Lucario as our only Pokemon. And he has his Diamond Pro team, so he has a mixture of Pokemon. He has a Water type and a Normal type randomly. So we're going to face off against him. We're going to Sword Dance right in front of his face. Now we're banking on, I was kind of banking on Ambipom faking me out and boosting my speed with Steadfast. Unfortunately, it's going to Thunderbolt me, which is not good. After I use Sword Stance, luckily I live the Thunderbolt, and then I'm able to Drain Punch and knock out the Ambipom. It does not regain my HP all the way to full, which is kind of scary, not good. He's gonna send out his Raichu again, which he's gonna Volt Switch once again. It's kind of annoying, but I gotta Drain Punch him because he's gonna switch out into his Octillery. I almost knock it out, but I know he's gonna Full Restore. I should have used, I don't know why, I should have just used Substitute right here, and then just Drain Punch once again, but unfortunately I did not think of that, and now I'm stuck in here. So he's going to keep constantly recovering, and then I'm going to knock him out using Drain Punch. And this should have been the choke of the century. I should have choked on the 8th gym, but Raichu comes out next. He's going to Volt Switch. I'm going to Earthquake for some reason. He's going to send out his Luxray. I knock out the Luxray, but his Raichu outspeeds me with Volt Switch. He almost knocks me out. I live. I barely live with 3 HP. I'm able to Drain Punch and knock out the Raichu. And luckily we beat Volkner. Oh my god. That could have been way worse than that happened, but I don't know why I choked and used Earthquake, but we end up beating Volkner for the 8th gym badge of the game, and our Buizel is not going to evolve. After that, we're going to head into Victory Road, where of course we get some nice training done. The level cap right now is level 63. Do you guys see this? The end of Volkner's battle was like 49. This is 63. Like, the champion fight goes up to like 66 or something, like something crazy like that. How am I supposed to get that much levels? I end up getting up to like 55 for most of my Pokemon. I don't know. There's a lot of training going on over there, and the fights in this game take a long time, way longer than Diamond and Pearl. I decided to go back after clearing through Victory Road. We're gonna go back into all the places where I could find which have rare candies, which will give me a level boost. And we're going to get all the rare candies we can. So we're going to do some exploring right now as we head back into Victory Road, clear through that, and then get the Sky Plate right outside of the Pokemon League, and then face off against Barry. Barry is not going to be a problem at all. As you can see, with 10 levels above most of his Pokemon and a Sky Plate, I think Staraptor could hold his own against most of his team. As you can see, we end up using our Lucario against the Snorlax, but that's about it. Staraptor will finish things off against everything else, and we end up beating Barry without any trouble. Barry goes down as we enter our Elite Four battle. Now we're going to start our challenge against Aaron, against the Bug type Elite Four member. Aaron's going to start the battle using our Dustox against us. We're going to use our Staraptor, of course, with a Sky Plate, and we're able to Air Lace one-shot him in the face with a crit, so that's pretty nice. I think because my Pokemon really loves me, that I pet it so much that they do a lot of like unique things, which they survive moves or dodge moves or get crit more often, which is very nice because it's going to help me as I Air Lace knock out his Heracross as well. Since I was Beautiful, I don't know why he has these garbage Pokemon, but yeah. Beautifly goes down as well. Vespi Queen takes a little bit, a use defense order and all that. I'm able to eventually knock him out after Aaron heals up the Vespi Queen, of course, and then I'm able to knock it out. The Drapion comes out next. This is a scary problem. I want to switch out to my Lucario, and then I want to switch back into my Staraptor to lower its attack stat, of course. And then switch back and switch back. Until I'm finally ready to switch into my Torterra, which my Torterra can live an Axe Scissor, and I'm able to Earthquake the Drapion. Unfortunately, I don't end up beating him. So I need to rely on a crit, and then a crit will eventually knock out the Drapion. And we beat Aaron, and we're clear through the first Elite Four member. So next up, we're going to head into the next Elite Four member, which is going to be Bertha. Bertha's giving me the ground type elite 4 member. She's gonna start the battle using a Quagsire against us. Now we do have a grass type Pokemon on our team with a metal plate, so we're able to grass knot and knock out the Quagsire in one shot. Now Intel tells me that this Wishcast has a Ringdo Berry, which lowers the damage output of grass type moves, so I think it lives any grass type moves I put out him, especially since I have Razor Leaf and Grass Knot. So I decided to switch out into my Buizel, do some chip damage against him using my waterfall, and then I want to switch out into my Staraptor, avoid the Earthquake. Fortunately, she's gonna predict that and use Hydro Pump, catch my Staraptor in the face, which is unfortunate, but I'm able to fly and knock her out using my Staraptor. And then she's gonna switch out to a Sudowoodo. I'm like, what can I do here? I decided to switch out into my Lucario. Lucario will take a head smash, which is fine. And then I want to switch back into my Staraptor. Now I want to do this 2 more times to lower his attack stat. Eventually the head smash is going to catch up to me, so I cannot take any more damage at all. So I decided to Drain Punch in this turn, get my HP back from this Sudowoodo. Eventually I will end up knocking him out using Drain Punch and getting my HP at half HP. So Sudowoodo goes down as she sends out a Golem next. I decided, since I'm at low HP, I don't want to risk it that maybe she predicts my Staraptor. I want to switch right into my Torterra. Torterra has a metal plate, so it's able to one-shot the Golem after breaking its sturdy, of course. So Grass Knight, here it comes, knock out the Golem for us. And then she's gonna switch out to her final Pokemon, which is a Hippowdon. I don't think Hippowdon, it's a hippo, so I don't think it's gonna survive a Grass Knot. So I'm able to knock out the Hippowdon in one shot. And we're able to beat Bertha, the second Elite Four member of the game. And then we're going to head into the next chamber. The next chamber is going to be Flint's chamber, the fire type, kinda. 2 fire types on his team. So we're going to start the battle against Flint using our Staraptor. Staraptor is going to go head on head with the Rapidash. Lowers attack stat, which is pretty nice. It's going to fly the first turn. Take an Iron Tail. Iron Tail does hurt in the face, as you can see. I'm able to fly up, dodge the Iron Tail, and then head it down to low HP. I went to Air Lace from there, and luckily it did not catch me with Flame Body or something. If it had Flame Body, I would have screamed. Air Lace would knock out the Rapidash, which is nice. And then he's going to switch out to his Steelix. It's fine. I decided to switch out into my Torterra. I know Torterra can live any fire moves Steelix has, because Steelix, number 1, Fire Fang is like 60 power, and Steelix is not even a fire type, so there's no stab on it at all, so I can Leech Seed him down at any point I want. He decided to Iron Tail me in the face. I don't know what's going on with Iron Tail. Is this a fire type Elite Four member or a steel type? He hits me really hard with one though, so I can't really take any more. I decided to switch into my Lucario, because Lucario can take an Iron Tail. I avoided it. I want to go into my substitute. I could take a Fire Fang, whatever. I can't switch out anymore. I gotta stay in with my Lucario, but substitute is a great move for this. I could stall him down all the way to about yellow HP. Once the Steelix is at yellow HP, I'm able to Drain Punch and knock him out in one shot. And we end up beating the Steelix. The Low Bunny comes out next. I have a Haunter in the back. I know it has High Jump Kick. Switch out into my Haunter, evade the High Jump Kick, and then switch out into my Buizel to take the Fire Punch, because I know it's that move. I apologize for my game glitching. I think it's my legitimate Nintendo Switch that's bugging right now. It's not really my fault. My legitimate Nintendo Switch is kind of bugging. It'll fix itself, but I take a Fire Punch from the Low Bunny, switch back into my Haunter to take another High Jump Kick, do some damage to itself, and then it's gonna recover up. It's kind of annoying, and eventually it's gonna knock itself out using High Jump Kick. Let's get back to when the game fixed itself. And then luckily the Low Bunny would knock itself out using High Jump Kick. Next up, he's gonna switch out into his Drifloon. He decides to String Sap my special attacking Haunter. I put it to sleep though. Then I'm able to Shadow Ball it, get it down to half HP, and then it wakes up first turn, and then uses Will-O-Wisp and misses, which even if it lands, it didn't matter anyways. So I'm able to Shadow Ball and knock out a Drifloon. And then his final Pokemon will be an Infernape. I do not have a switch in right now. I need to sack something so I get clean switch into my Staraptor. Unfortunately, this is the end of the line for my Buizel. Buizel goes down, and even though it's my 3rd Pokemon that was on my team, he finally goes down in the Elite Four. I switch out into my Staraptor. Staraptor gets punched in the face by a Thunder Punch. I get paralyzed, and if he gets paralyzed in paralysis, I'll be so mad as I fly up using my Staraptor. Staraptor is able to come down, hit him in his face. Now, you should have seen my face when I realized Infernape has a Focus Sash, because it really shocked me. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting myself. Luckily, I know he wants to Mach Punch me to finish me off, so I want to switch out into my Haunter. Luckily, Haunter has Sucker Punch. So Hunter is able to Sucker Punch, knock out the Infernape as the background goes really weird due to my legitimate Nintendo Switch, of course. So we're able to Sucker Punch, knock out the Infernape in one shot, and we beat Flint. Whew, that could have been really bad. Buizel wants to evolve. I debated, but I think it's better to leave him as Buizel, as he is dead now. So we gotta bury Buizel and we gotta move on. We gotta face off against Lucian next. Lucian is gonna be the Psychic type Elite Four member, the final Elite Four member before the champion. And we're gonna start the battle against him using our Staraptor. Staraptor is gonna be the main guy, always. Staraptor is gonna air release into Fly to knock out Mr. Mime. Who knew Fly is such a good move? I could have chose Brave Bird on my Staraptor, but I decided to stick with Fly because Brave Bird does recoil damage, and I'm not really with that right now. I'm able to Fly, knock out the Mr. Mime, and avoid an attack from him too. And then Girafarig comes on next. I'm going to Fly in front of him. I want to see what he wants to do. He wants to Thunderbolt, which is fine. Then he sets up Trick Room for no reason. So I'm like, okay, I think he wants to use Thunderbolt now. So I'm going to switch out into my Torterra. Hopefully he doesn't have Sap Sipper. That could have been bad. So I avoid using any grass moves, and Earthquake will knock out the Girafarig. I haven't seen one of those in such a long time. And then he's going to switch out to his Medicham. I don't know why. I know it has Ice Punch, so I switched out into my Lucario. Avoid the Ice Punch. Switch into my Haunter to take the High Jump Kick. Great plays, right? Great plays. And then I decided to switch back into my Lucario because I thought it's going to Ice Punch again. It did not Ice Punch at all. It Zen Headbutt, knock out my Lucario. I'm like, oh, it has that? Oh my god. And then I lose my Lucario because I overlooked something. Well, nice prediction by me. So anyways, Lucario goes down. So I decided to switch out into my Staraptor, which I should have done in the first place. Air Release would knock out the Medicham, and then I'm able to Fly against the Alakazam. Avoid his Shockwave, and then knock him out in one shot using Fly. Next up, it's going to be his Bronzong. I switch out into my Torterra to get Leech Seed on him, because I know this thing is not going to do any damage. Switch in between my Torterra and my Staraptor to lower his attack stat, and eventually I'm able to Air Release down the Bronzong. Is a weird statement, but I'm able to air release down the start. I am able to air release down the Bronzong, and we're able to knock out Lucian, and we're finished with the Elite Four. Now we just have to fight against the champion, which is the most difficult champion of all Pokemon. Fun, the most difficult challenge in the game, the most difficult challenge in the franchise. We have to deal with a Staraptor, Torterra, and a Haunter. Not even a fully evolved Gengar. So, face off against Cynthia, the champion of the game. We're gonna start the battle against her using our Torterra against her Spiritomb. It's fine. I'm gonna leech down the Spiritomb, which I should have just swapped. After this turn, I should have swapped into my Staraptor because I end up giving a lot of damage up on my Torterra, which I regret because I switched out into my Staraptor too late after he takes a Shadow Ball, and then my Staraptor is able to double team in front of him. I replaced Close Combat with Roost, which is arguably a better move, I think, because I want to set up double teams in front of him and then also don't have to worry about my HP because I have Roost. I take a Dart Post, which is fine. I'm waiting for him to miss an attack. I end up getting +6 with double teams in front of the Spiritomb, and I don't waste too many Roost against him too. I also have Leech Seed Recovery, which is basically at full HP most of the time, and I end up knocking out the Spiritomb after I get +6 with double team. Then she can switch out into her Monotype. Now this Monotype is very annoying because it has a Flame Orb on it, so I'm not able to knock him out at any point in my life. I'm just stuck here. So it's very unfortunate. For the next 20 turns, I think I'm able to just be stuck here. He's gonna recover me out, and I knew that I'm gonna run out of PP before she does because she's an NPC and she has healing items. After this fly, I decided to switch out into my Haunter. And then Haunter can live a Scald from her. I think I ran her out of Ice Beam PP. So I switched out into my Haunter next. It's going to Scald me, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I am going to Destiny Bond right in front of her. Sack my Haunter. But I take down the Malytic because that's the only possible way I could knock her out. And at this point, I thought this might be the end because I don't know how I'm going to beat Garchomp. But I'll find a way. We'll find a way. So now my Staraptor next against her Roserade. That's an easy fight. Air Release will knock out the Roserade in one shot. Boom. I even get a poison point on me, which is like a little annoying, but it shakes it off because my Staraptor loves me for some reason. Next up, she can send out her Gastrodon. I don't know what I should have done. I maybe should have used double team in front of her. I think that's the only thing I would change from here, but I think it was too far gone. I don't know. I was afraid the Ice Beam and the Rock Tomb would have hurt too, so I should have used double team maybe, but I'm able to send out my Torterra next. Turtwig is able to Grass Knot, outspeed the Gastrodon, and knock him out. And then her next Pokemon will be the Lucario. My Turtwig cannot outspeed this one. I decided to switch into my Staraptor. Staraptor is able to survive an Aerosphere. I can fly in front of him. I outspeed him. I hit him with a fly. It does not knock out the Lucario, but I'm able to survive another Flash Cannon because my Staraptor loves me. Just hanging in there. And then from here, I thought it's gonna full restore. I should have used Roost here too. There's a lot of misplays I should have done, but I'm able to Air Lace, get him down to half HP. I was afraid that he's not gonna heal up and then just hit me in the face, but yeah, I'm gonna fly again, knock out the Lucario. I should have roosted as soon as his full restore, or I should have double teamed when the Gastrodon was out. But those are my mistakes. As she sends out her ace Garchomp, and I'm like, this is the end. I don't know. Unless I can outspeed him. I decided to switch on my Staraptor for Torterra. Torterra goes down, which is fine, so I was planning for that. Send on my Staraptor. I was hoping I can outspeed him and then roost up and then survive a Dragon Claw with Intimidate on him. Unfortunately, he doesn't even let me do that because he's gonna outspeed me, knock me out. And I thought in my head, this is my plan the whole time. I thought I can outspeed Garchomp and then maybe live a Dragon Claw, and then maybe outstall him using Roost and everything. But unfortunately, I didn't even outspeed him. So a lot of things I should have done differently. I should have roosted in front of the Lucario for sure. But at that point, if I did, it probably would have been able to hit me once again, because it's going to be full restored up. So maybe the only win con I had was to double team in front of the Gastrodon. But either way, I had a lot of fun playing through Brilliant Diamond. I really love this game. There's also a lot of critiques playing this game, obviously. So I'll have that review out eventually. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys want more Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl challenges. Anyways, my name is Ben Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.